had been alone in my apartment for almost 2 weeks. My roommate Eric was out of town, visiting family in Oregon, and without him, the place felt too quiet. Usually, I'm at work all day, but I had taken a few vacation days to relax and watch my favorite shows. No big plans, no travel, just time alone. It sounded perfect. I spent most of my days lying on the couch, ordering takeout, and binge watching TV until I got sleepy. It felt great having the freedom to do nothing. But once the sun went down, the silence became a little too loud. The only steady noise was the soft hum of the fridge. Sometimes, I'd crack open a window, just to hear street sounds. Anything to make me feel less alone. That night, or more like early morning, something strange happened. I was rewatching an old true crime series when the doorbell rang. My heart jumped. It was past midnight. Nobody ever visits me that late. I paused the show and sat frozen for a second before walking slowly to the door. I looked through the peephole. No one was there. The porch light was on, so if someone had been standing there, I would have seen a shadow or something. But the porch was empty. My pulse sped up. Maybe it was a prank. Maybe just kids messing around. I tried to shake it off and went back to the couch. But just as I sat down, the doorbell rang again, followed by 3 hard knocks. Whoever it was wanted me to answer. I jumped, almost dropping the remote. I rushed to the door and peeked again. This time, I saw something. A flash of movement. Maybe a shoe or a pant leg. Someone had moved out of view. They were hiding. That's when I felt it. That deep gut-level fear. I wanted to call out, but my throat was dry. Was it someone lost? A neighbor in trouble? Or someone trying to lure me out? I didn't move. I stood there, heart pounding, hands gripping the door. After a minute, I stepped back and locked the deadbolt and chain. For the next few minutes, nothing happened. I tried to watch TV again, but I couldn't focus. Every tiny sound made me jump. Even the air conditioner turning on nearly made me drop my phone. About an hour later, I forced myself to go to bed. I checked every window and door before going into my room. I left the lights on and lay there scrolling through my phone, trying to distract myself. The old wooden floor creaked now and then, and each time I froze, thinking someone was there. Eventually, I got too tired and drifted off. That's when the worst part happened. I woke up in the middle of the night to a sound. A soft shuffling, like fabric brushing the floor. The clock read 3:14 a.m. I didn't move. The sound was coming from inside my room. Under the bed. I was frozen, terrified. My mind raced. Was it just the house settling? Something blowing across the floor? But the sound got louder, closer. Then it stopped. Total silence. I waited, holding my breath. Maybe I imagined it, but then I heard the bed frame creak. Something was crawling out from under it. From the corner of my eye, I saw him. A man. He stood up slowly. The glow from the streetlight outside lit him just enough to make out his shape. He was tall, dressed in dark clothes, and his face was turned away from me. He just stood there, beside my bed, listening. I was too scared to move or scream. I prayed he didn't know I was awake. After what felt like forever, he stepped back, slowly, quietly. Then he slipped into the hallway without making a sound. As soon as he was out of sight, I grabbed my phone and locked the bedroom door. My hands were shaking so badly, I could barely dial 911. I whispered to the operator that someone was in my home. They told me police were on the way. I barricaded myself behind the bed, phone clutched tight, staring at the door. Minutes later, Though it felt like hours, I heard sirens. The Glendale police arrived quickly, which was a relief. I met them at my door, shaking, barely able to speak. They searched the whole apartment, closets, crawl space, even the attic. No one was there. No signs of forced entry, no broken windows. Everything was locked tight. I told them everything, from the doorbell to the man under my bed. They said maybe someone got in earlier when I wasn't paying attention, but they had no clue how he got in or out without leaving a trace. They made a report and said they'd patrol the area. After they left, I sat in the living room, lights blazing, feeling hollow. It was nearly dawn. I watched the sunrise, too afraid to sleep. I kept wondering, did I forget to lock the door earlier? Did he have a key? Had he been hiding there for hours or days? When Eric came home, I didn't tell him everything. Just that someone tried to break in and the police had come. Now, I know this might sound unbelievable, but that wasn't even the first strange experience I've had. Years ago, in San Marcos, Texas, I was alone in a small one-story house. My roommates had gone out of state, so I had the whole place to myself. At first, it felt nice, peaceful. Around 9 p.m., I was watching a movie when I started feeling watched. I shook it off. Just nerves, I told myself. But when I passed the window, I saw someone standing outside, still like a statue. I looked again, but they were gone. Later that night, my phone rang. No caller ID. I ignored it. Then it rang again. Same number. I picked up and heard slow, steady breathing. I asked who it was. No answer. Just breathing. The calls kept coming. Finally, I yelled into the phone. That's when I heard it. A whisper. My name. Then they started listing personal info. My birth date, my mom's maiden name, even the car I drove. I was shaking. I called the police. They came, took a statement, and later traced the call to a nearby house. It turned out to be Aaron, a friend from college. He said it was just a joke, a twisted prank. But how he knew all that info and why he was outside my house, I'll never understand. I've never looked at him the same way since. And then, in 2016, in Tempe, Arizona, I came home one day and found a package on my doorstep. No return address. My name scribbled on it. Inside, a bundle of keys, a Polaroid photo of my house taken the day before, and a note that said, "Deliver at 8 p.m. The keys didn't fit any of my locks. That night I waited. Nothing happened. But the second night something felt off. The house behind mine, usually lit, was dark. I felt exposed. By the third night it hit me. The note wasn't for me. It was for someone else, telling them to come at 8 o'clock to my house. Maybe they expected the door to be unlocked. Or maybe they were waiting for me to let them in. I called the police. They came, checked everything, but found nothing threatening. No real lead. I kept the keys in a drawer. But to this day, I still wonder, did I interrupt someone's plan? Did they try again? Are they still waiting? If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Your support keeps us going and helps us bring you even more chilling stories. Thanks for watching.